Hello everybody, welcome back to Key Creations. Thank you so much for stopping back by my channel, and if you are new, thank you for joining us, and I hope you will return. So for today we're going to do something a little different. So I have this wreath here, and what we're going to do is we're going to style this wreath 3 different ways. And so I will briefly demonstrate how I made the base of this wreath, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go through like I said, 3 different ways, and we're going to style it. And so everything we do to it, you're going to be able to take it apart and redo it. So nothing is going to be glued actually to the base of the wreath. So it'll be easy to change out and to switch up. So I am going to, like I said, I'm going to show you how I made the base of it, and then we'll get started with decorating it. Okay, so for the base of this wreath, you are going to need a 12-inch wreath frame. You're also going to need some mesh, and this is 10-inch mesh, and I got this mesh from Rose Express for $2.49. Now for the actual wreath that I've already made, you'll see a slight difference in the color because that mesh is from Hobby Lobby, but it's, you know, this is just for demonstrating purposes. And so you're going to need some pipe cleaners. You are going to need some zip ties and just your wire cutters or scissors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut this pipe cleaner. We'll just cut it into 4 pieces. Okay. And we are going to use the bubble method to make this wreath. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is take your mesh and pull it out. I'm going to go this way. I am going to take these ends here and just fold them like that. Fold it in half. And then just kind of scrunch it down. And so I'm going to let my mesh just kind of fall over on the floor because that's going to be a little easier. So what you're going to do is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work here on this second bar right here. Okay, so we're going to take our mesh and put it right here at the crossbar. This is a crossbar, the bar that goes across all of these bars, that's a crossbar. So we are going to put the mesh at the crossbar on the second bar. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this zip tie and I'm going to put it around my mesh and tighten it around my mesh. And so this will give you a better stability, you know, for your mesh to stay on if you use the zip tie. And I have these little small zip ties, and I think they're like 4 inches, but you can also use the 8-inch ones too. And you got to make sure that you put it on, that it goes the right way, because I just put it on the wrong way. So let's do that again. Okay, so there you go. So you have it like this, and just take your little wire cutters and just cut that little tail off, and just take that little piece there and just kind of slide it to the back. Okay, so we are going to make 10-inch bubbles, and what we'll do is we'll come here to the 20 and we'll measure out to 10, and then you'll come here, kind of straighten out your poof or your bubble, and you'll slide it back on that second bar. So now you'll take your pipe cleaner and you will put it around your bubble and just tighten it up. Okay? and then just roll your pipe cleaner down. Okay, and so we'll do another one. We'll come here, measure out our 10 inches, fix our mesh a little bit, and then slide it back on that second bar. And then you'll take your pipe cleaner and you'll put it around that bubble and you'll tighten it up. So that is all you're going to do around the whole wreath frame. You are going to make these 10-inch bubbles. And so what I can already tell you is that I actually put 12 of these bubbles in a section. Now that's a whole lot, because you don't have to put that many in there, but I got them really tight. So 10 will do fine to put in each section. And so that's all you'll do. You'll go around the wreath frame and you'll just keep doing the same thing. Now I used a roll and a half because I put like 12 of them in there, so it took like a roll and a half of mesh. But if you put fewer in there, of course you're not going to use that much mesh. Now we have the base. I showed you how to make the base of the wreath, so now we can start decorating. So what I had in mind for the first way that we are going to decorate the wreath is to make a pumpkin. And so you're going to need this green mesh here, and this is 10-inch mesh. You're also going to need your rotary cutter or scissors. You're going to need a tube like this. Now this is from the mesh when the roll is empty. It's on a tube like this, and so I just saved one of these, and what I did was I cut a little piece off and I used this apple barrel. It's called melted chocolate. Any kind of brown paint would work, and we're going to use that for the stem of the pumpkin. So you're also going to need a little pipe cleaner, and you are going to need you'll probably need your wire cutters. I don't know, but I also have a bow too that I'm going to bring out and put on it too. And so I will also put the description to put the link to that bow tutorial in my description box. I can't speak today, sorry. And so also I did make one of these pumpkins last year, but it was on a 14-inch wreath frame, and so it was a little bit bigger, a little bit different. But I will also put the link to that video in the description box. Okay, so let's get started on this one. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut our mesh 10 inches long, and we are going to cut 4 pieces. You'll need 4 pieces. I have already cut 3 of them, and so I'm just going to cut this one just to show you guys. So we'll cut it 10 inches here. Okay, and that's all you're going to do for that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our pieces here and we're going to take them, we're going to put them the cut side up, and we'll just kind of pull them like this, and just walk your fingers to the middle and just grab a hold to it like that. You know, doesn't have to be exact, but you just want to pull it like that and just place them together. So, and just pull it like that. And so these are going to be like our little leaves at the top of the pumpkin, you know. Okay, and so we'll just pull it out like that. Just in the middle. Just like this. Okay, and so we're going to take the pipe cleaner and we're going to put it around. We're going to put it around the mesh. Okay. And just kind of pull up on it like so. And just give it a good little twist. Okay. And so what we'll do is we'll come here to the pumpkin. At the top, or our base here, all you do is kind of move your mesh to the side, and right here on this second bar, we're going to put the pipe cleaner around there. Okay, let's kind of twist it. Alright, so we can pull this down and then just tighten it up. Okay, we go back through and wrap this around. Wrap it around the back here. And I'll go back and just fix it, but you'll take your mesh here in the front and just kind of move it back in place. Like so. Okay, so what we're going to do with this stem here, okay, we're going to separate these pieces here, and all we're going to do is just hot glue it right there in the middle. So let's take our hot glue, and we're just going to put some hot glue right here on top. Okay, and then we'll take our tube here and just hold it down like so. So make sure when you are gluing the stem down, make sure that you are putting it on the green mesh, you know, in the center where that pipe cleaner is, on the green mesh. That way when you take it loose, you won't have anything on the base, you know. So here is the bow that I made, and you know, it's totally optional. You know, you don't have to put a bow on there, because I think it's you know, kind of cute without it. But if you want to place a bow on it, you can. And so I'm gonna hang it up and show you guys how it looked with and without the bow. So here is our first look at the pumpkin. And so this is without the bow. Okay, so here it is with the bow. I'm not too sure I like it with this bow because it's kind of big, but you can make a smaller bow and put on it, or just leave it plain like I showed you before I put the bow on it. So it's just an option. And so let's move on to the next. So we took everything off of the wreath for the pumpkin. So I wanted to show you guys. So this is how that little piece looks, and see, it's glued to the mesh. Okay, and so for this next one, we have this sign. It says, "Be grateful and give thanks." And I got this from Dollar Tree. So I've already placed the pipe cleaner on the back here, and I didn't put any hot glue on it, but you can put some hot glue right there so it'll be more secure. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna use that same bow that we used on the previous one, and we're gonna put that on there. So what I'm gonna do is put this sign here in the middle. Put it in the middle and just turn it over on the back, and you can take it up through this way and tighten it down. Let's turn it over. Okay, and so we have that already. Now that's pretty, just like that, right? I'm always trying to throw a bow on something. Everything doesn't need a bow, but in this will look fine, just like this. It's nice and simple. But I'm gonna take this bow and put it on. So, you know, you can either put the bow up here. You could put it on the side, or you can put it down here at the bottom. Okay, I'm gonna put it on, hang it up, and show you what it looks like. Okay, so here is the next look. So I decided to put the bow there at the bottom, but you know, you can place it wherever you like. So that's that. So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna do the last one. Okay, so here is the last one. And so for this one, we are going to use this little Scarecrow here. And I believe I got her from Hobby Lobby last year. I don't think I got it from Dollar Tree. I think I got it from Hobby Lobby. So we're going to use her. We are going to use some of these leaves here. We're going to use these sunflowers. We'll probably use some of these bigger sunflowers, and we're also going to use this pumpkin. So the first thing we're going to do is, as you can see on the back, she has a little stick, and I cut that stick a little bit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place her right here in the middle. So what you want to do is just pull her down through the middle, because I want her to look like she's sitting right there in the middle. And so all you got to do is take this stick here and just kind of push it down up under the wire here. And you can also, you can take a pipe cleaner or something, and you can always just, you know, tighten it around that pipe cleaner back there like that. So just come over here and just kind of make sure you fix her however you want her there in the middle. Okay, just adjust her like so. Okay, and when you have her like you want her, so I think that's a good place to put her. So now what I did was I went ahead and for those flowers and those leaves, I put them together. For these little sunflowers here, I just put a zip tie around the bunch. And what I want to do is I want to put these like ladies across here, like she's holding the sunflowers. And so I'm going to take her little hand and kind of put them around like that. And I'm going to take my hot glue, and I'm gonna glue that down right there. Put some hot glue right there on that leaf, and just kind of hold her hand down. Be careful not to burn yourself. We're gonna put it down like that and hold it in place for a few seconds. Okay. And then we'll go through and kind of adjust the flowers so you can see them. Okay. But you want to see her face too. Okay. So we have that. Turn out a little bit. Okay. So the next thing we'll do is we'll take some of these leaves, and as you can see, I put pipe cleaners around a group of leaves around the little stem part. And a good thing you might want to do is just put a little bit of hot glue over that, so so it'll stay down. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put this here. Now what you want to do is kind of move your mesh out the way, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna not pull the leaf all the way down, because you don't want those ends to be sticking out so they'll scratch your door and all of that. And you want your wreath to be able to lay flat against the door. So you'll just take them and just kind of, you see here where I got the pipe cleaner, I didn't pull the stems all the way through, and just, you know, tighten it up back here. Okay, so it'll look like this, and you can go through and adjust your mesh and adjust the leaves or whatever. And so what I was gonna do was just probably stick a sunflower here, and so we'll just hot glue that onto the leaf, you know. And then I was gonna place a couple of more, maybe here and here and maybe over here. And the last thing that I was gonna do is put this pumpkin in her lap and just hot glue it on there. So I'm gonna go around and hot glue everything down, hang it up, and let you see it. Okay, so here is the last look. So there you have it. You got one wreath base and actually four different ways to decorate it or style it. And you know, it's many other options you can do with the base of this wreath. So thank you guys for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed these tutorials. And if you would please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys, and have a blessed day.